Welcome, fellow explorers. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of the land of liberty, the home of the brave, and the birthplace of the American dream. Buckle up as we uncover 10 mind-blowing facts about the United States of America that'll leave you saying, "Whoa, I never knew that." And number 1. Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence was a pivotal moment in American history. On July 4, 1776, the United States formally declared its independence from British rule. This historic document, primarily authored by Thomas Jefferson, articulated the nation's commitment to fundamental principles of liberty, self-governance, and unalienable rights. It laid the groundwork for the establishment of a new nation, one that would strive to uphold these ideals and forge its own path forward. Number 2. Louisiana Purchase. The Louisiana Purchase was a pivotal moment in American history. In 1803, President Thomas Jefferson orchestrated the acquisition of the Louisiana Territory from France for $15 million. This vast expanse included most of the land west of the Mississippi River, totaling 828,000 square miles. At less than 3 cents per acre, it remains the greatest land bargain in U.S. history. The purchase doubled the size of the United States, bolstering its material and strategic strength. It also fueled westward expansion and affirmed the doctrine of implied federal powers. France, which had controlled Louisiana since 1682, ceded it to Spain in 1762 but regained ownership in 1800. Facing challenges in Saint-Domingue and potential conflict with the United Kingdom, Napoleon opted to sell Louisiana to the U.S., securing a vital port and river mouth. Number 3. Civil War. The American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, was a 4-year conflict between the Union, the North, and the Confederacy, the South, formed by states that had seceded from the Union. Rooted in disputes over slavery and states' rights, the war had profound consequences. Abraham Lincoln's election in 1860 triggered secession, with 7 Southern states leaving the Union. The conflict, also known as the War Between the States, resulted in the Confederate surrender in 1865. It remains the costliest and deadliest war fought on American soil, with over 620,000 soldiers killed and much of the South devastated. The war's end led to the abolition of slavery and the beginning of the Reconstruction era. Number 4. Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation, officially Proclamation 95, was a presidential proclamation and executive order issued by United States President Abraham Lincoln on January 1, 1863, during the American Civil War. It changed the legal status of more than 3.5 million enslaved African Americans in the secessionist Confederate States from enslaved to free. As soon as slaves escaped the control of their enslavers, either by fleeing to Union lines or through the advance of federal troops, they were permanently free. The proclamation also allowed for former slaves to be received into the armed service of the United States. It played a significant part in the end of slavery in the United States. Number 5. Industrial Revolution. The late 19th century United States witnessed rapid industrialization, propelling it into a global economic powerhouse. Key factors included technological innovations, transportation improvements, and communication advancements. British textile manufacturers pioneered mass production using machines, which replaced skilled craftspeople in various industries. By the 1870s, machines produced goods like stockings, shirts, shoes, and nails, lowering costs and increasing product abundance. However, mechanization led to subdivided tasks, a faster work pace, and factory discipline. Labor unions emerged, advocating for better conditions. Industrialization and urbanization were intertwined, reshaping cities and fostering economic growth. The electrical grid, assembly lines like Henry Ford's, and mass production fueled this transformative era, making the U.S. an industrial giant. Number 6. Women's Suffrage. The women's suffrage movement spanned several decades, marked by tireless activism and advocacy. Its pinnacle arrived in 1920 with the ratification of the 19th Amendment, which granted women the right to vote. This milestone was a hard-fought victory, achieved through relentless efforts, protests, and determination. Women's suffrage transformed democratic participation, empowering women to shape their societies and exercise their civic duty. Number 7. World War II. Certainly, during World War II, the United States emerged as a crucial force. In 1941, after the devastating bombing of Pearl Harbor by Japan, the U.S. officially entered the war. Its impact was profound. American factories churned out weapons, ships, and planes, bolstering the Allied war effort. The U.S. military fought on multiple fronts, from Europe to the Pacific. Iconic battles like D-Day and the Battle of Midway showcased American valor. Moreover, the U.S. played a pivotal role in the development of the atomic bomb, which hastened Japan's surrender. By 1945, the Allies had achieved victory, and the U.S. stood as a global superpower, forever shaping the course of history. Number 8. Civil Rights Movement. In the 1950s and 1960s, the civil rights movement gained momentum in the United States. Driven by leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., this movement sought to dismantle racial segregation and discrimination. Through nonviolent protests, sit-ins, and marches, activists challenged unjust laws and practices. Iconic events like the Montgomery bus boycott and the March on Washington galvanized public support. The movement's impact extended beyond protests. It led to landmark legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. These pivotal moments transformed America, advancing equality and justice for all. Number 9. Space Race. During the Cold War, the intense rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union extended beyond earthly boundaries into the space race. This high-stakes competition fueled remarkable achievements. In 1969, the Apollo 11 mission achieved a historic milestone. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to set foot on the moon, while Michael Collins orbited above. Their iconic words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind," resonated globally. The moon landing symbolized technological prowess, scientific exploration, and the indomitable human spirit. Number 10. 9/11 attacks. The September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon had a profound and lasting impact on U.S. foreign and domestic policy. Within hours of the attacks, American commentators compared them to a new Pearl Harbor, signifying the end of an age of innocence and isolation. The fight against terrorism became the defining issue for the Bush presidency. The attacks led to significant changes. War on Terror. President George W. Bush declared a global war on terror, expanding military, law enforcement, and intelligence powers to root out terrorists at home and abroad. Security measures. Tightened security measures within the U.S., especially at airports, became the new normal. Trade-offs. Priorities shifted, affecting policies in Russia, China, and Arab states. Long-term implications. The attacks fundamentally altered how the U.S. engaged with the world, emphasizing national security and counterterrorism efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up this fascinating journey through the heart of the United States of America, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible tapestry of history, culture, and innovation that defines this great nation. What fascinated you the most? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this one.